probably would have needed to speak for you on your behalf, they're not gonna want to do that now. So they played themselves out with that one, especially the one dude in there. I told him, I said, yeah, well, I don't know what to tell y'all, but from my understanding, the people told us we good. The drivers don't have nothing to worry about. They
Right.
already cut some administrative shit out, so y'all need to figure that out. Yeah, so everybody walk around now being nice and shit, like y'all good, everybody, all right. Oh no, man, no, you good.
Right.
That's the question. But it's gonna be good. Vanessa, what up though? Uh,
What up, sister?
man, I had plugged my shit up. Phone book. Um, hold on.
Oh, I'm trying to get hooked up. There we go. All right. I just wanted to get linked on. Come on here.
What up, good people? What's cracking? What's cracking? We tonight we doing a little different episode. Today ends Nurses Week. National Nurses Week was started on the 6th, which was last week, until today, from the 6th to the 12th. Um, Now, working in the mental health field, I had a lot of chance to work with nurses as well as at the hospitals. And, when you had to take clients or whatever to get checked out at the hospitals and all of that. So, um, and one thing I've always noticed is that, nurses bear a lot of bear a lot of the bad when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to somebody being in the hospital. That goes also for CNAs, certified nursing assistants, geriatric nursing assistants, um, RNs, LPNs, because they deal with the people a little bit more. Like somebody told me something a while ago, and it always stuck. Doctors treat illnesses, and nurses treat people, and that's something that's always stuck in my mind. Monica, what's going on? That's something that's always stuck in my mind. And when I first heard it, I was like, you know what? That's true. Because a lot of times when you go to the hospital, the nurses check you in, the nurses take your blood pressure, the nurses ask you what's going on about your symptoms. And you do most of the conversion, you do most of the conversation with them. And then the doctors come in after and they say, okay, we did this and we did that, and we're going to have it. But 9 times out of 10, it's a nurse handling it.
Yeah,
And like I
keep.
said, this even when it comes to like mental health facilities, assisted living facilities, a lot of times the people that run those facilities they catch a lot of the bullshit too. Um, Especially around the holidays. Um, and we still dealing with a pandemic. Basically, they said Maryland finally, I mean, the country finally hit 1 million deaths. So we still dealing with that, and you got a lot of nurses, man, that when that first hit, they was risking their lives, man. they risking their lives and the health of their families to go in and go to work every day and be in the front line and be in the trenches. So we definitely want to shout that out. I'm waiting for Ashley and Kendall to respond so I can send them a link. But yeah, it'd be like I can't never say I've ever met a bad nurse. I can say I've met a nurse that was tired. I can say I've met a nurse that was overwhelmed, but I can't say I've ever met a bad nurse. That's crazy. Only bad nurse I've ever known about is Nurse Ratchet off One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, that shit gotta be a hard job though, cause like you said, they deal with human beings all the time, all
Facts.
day long. You deal with different personalities and
Yeah, they dealing
different
with the people.
situations. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
you know, old, especially when they deal with them elderly, because the elderly will smack shit out
Yo, it's been so many times I've seen people like, yeah, yo, go through that, like with getting attacked and all that kind of crazy shit, bro. Like, that's wild. And they still get up and they still go
you. That's what I
and
want.
they
I
still go
want
back to
to
work
make
every
them
day.
know. That's what I want to know. Because even if they have a bad day at one company, that's their career, and they gonna have the
Right.
same, almost the same thing everywhere they go. And you gotta wake up and know that you gotta deal with that every day. So I gotta commend them on that because I guess I'm assuming that it's how you get treated by staff because I think they can handle. I'm sure they can handle dealing with people because I mean patients because patients are there for a reason.
Right, right.
But you working with some idiot who's in the field just to be getting money. Some people do it, I guess, because they love it. You gotta love it.
Right.
You gotta be that
You
type of person.
yo, facts. Big facts.
That's a rough ass job. And most of the
Yo.
time, when people in that shit, all you ever hear them do is fuss about their other employees and staff members. Treating them like shit while they trying to do their job.
Hell yeah. Like I like okay, like for perfect example, when my pops was in the hospital the last few weeks before he passed away, he had the same nurse every day. Little black lady, small petite lady. And
Yeah, the fat butt.
no, this was an older lady, like a grandmother. She was somebody's grandmother, somebody
Somebody,
nana.
people got fat butt grandmothers.
Nah, yo, her cakes wasn't fat, bro.
Alright.
Yeah, she's still wild.
So,
But nah, like, and she saw me and my brother. Ashley, hey Ashley, check your I sent you a friend request, yo, so I can send you a link so you can jump in the conversation. But and every day she saw me and my brother, and like my dad, where he was, they had a waiting room that you could sleep in overnight or whatever. And like if the hospital was trying to tell my dad that me and my brother couldn't keep staying overnight with him. So what she would do was like when she was on her shift, because she was the overnight nurse. So when she was on her shift, she would come and get me and be like, look, go downstairs to this floor and go to the waiting room and just stay in there overnight. And they can't say nothing to you. So I'm like, yo, that's fire. And like I know a couple times, yo, like I went to sleep in that joint and I woke up and I had a blanket on me, yo, and I know it was her. And the day that my dad passed, like I had just talked to him. But then when I went to the hospital, shit had already kind of went left and he couldn't talk or nothing. And they was getting ready to He ended up coding out code blue. So they had to resuscitate him and all that because my brother wasn't there, my uncles and all them wasn't there. I said, no, do whatever y'all got to do. Like, I don't want him to go and nobody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she came and grabbed me and she said, nah, honey, you got to go with me. And I said, yo, I'm not leaving my father. She said, trust me, you do not want to see what's getting ready to happen. She was like, this is not going to be like TV. This is not going to be like the movies where they just push his chest and then he come back. She said, that doctor might have to get up on the bed on top of him. They might break his ribs, anything. She said, it's not going to look like what you think it's going to look like. So
First
she
thing he
got me outside and I sat out there. I'm out there, bitch, going off crying because I'm hearing the intercom. They talking about my dad, Alan Code Blue, room 348. I'll never forget the room. And I'm just standing out there and she could see my face. Like, yo, this lady went inside and went back upstairs and told them to stop announcing it over the intercom.
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't have to keep hearing it. And when I went, the day it was March 1st, this day he passed, March 1st. And she, like, yo, when I tell you, like, she clocked out and sat with me until my brother got there. Like, any paperwork I needed, she went and got it. When it was time for us to sit and talk to the doctors about the options for my pops, she cleared the room out. Like, she made people get out the room. So, like, yo, this, and she said it. She said these boys have been here every day for the past month. Every day they've come in here to see their father. She was like, we're not gonna just let this go and not give them whatever they need. You know what I mean? So, and her name was Virginia. That's the ironic part. We was in Richmond, Virginia, and her name was Virginia. Because I remember her joking about that when we was standing outside. That's when I was smoking Newports. I think me and her both smoked like 2 or 3 Newports back to back, just standing out there talking. But she, you know, she was fire, and I salute
Might
Nurse
not freeze
Virginia.
in peace.
I salute Nurse Virginia for what she did. Um, and like I said, man, like it takes a lot, man. It takes a lot to work in that field and be somebody that just gets talked to any kind of way. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Take a special person.
Big facts. And I say that, yo, like, because nursing, that's not no easy task, yo. That's not no easy task at all, yo. So to be able to do that,
I mean, to even just deal with you while you going through those situations is rough. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
got you gotta have a strong heart, yo, to actually watch somebody people's ready pass and see how it is because all of us gonna go through that. But
facts.
hopefully we all get to go through it because you're not supposed to bury your parent. I mean, your parents not supposed to bury you,
Right.
but to see somebody hold you down like that, I think
Like, yo,
a lot of us could be the people. I couldn't
she
do it.
looked out so much, bro. Like that shit, man. Like that shit had my heart. Like, yo, I mean, and like I'm watching this happen. It's like, yo, I watched my pops die, yo. Like I watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And this woman, man, like, yo, she did everything in her power to make sure that I was comfortable. Yo. And I was like, yo, like you're paid, don't you got other? She was like, yo, y'all good. You good. I'm here with you. When your family get here, then we good. So I'm like, damn, all right, well, like I said, I'm gonna have to go back down there, yo, and see if she's still there, yo. That was 4 years ago, but I'm gonna have to check and see. She might not even be there no more.
right.
But I gotta go find her, yo. Like, and just take her some flowers or something. Like, cause like I said, yo, that took a lot, yo. You know what I mean? And like she basically was like, I would do the same if it was my kids or my grandkids in here feeling like I would want somebody to do that for them if it was me. And I was like, that's crazy. But like again, that's just one of them people. Like she's one of them special people, yo. Like you can't like you can't teach that. Like you can't be trained. You can't train that type of compassion, yo. Like you gotta have that.
Yeah, you got to
And
be born with it.
you know what I mean? Like yo, like and I just like I said, this today the last day of nurses week. I sent out the failer, to ask people if they wanted to be a part of it. Oh, there go Ashley right there. Ashley in the hallway. Hold on, let me let her in. Ashley, what's going on?
What's up,
What's
babe?
going on, fellas?
We
How
chilling, we
you
Not
doing?
chilling.
much going on. All right.
You look like motherfucking Avis.
Don't do that. And then she
Uh-oh.
walked in while
Everybody
you
Tell her
quiet.
Herb
talking
said tell her Herb said
about her.
what's up. tell her
He
tell her
said, there
Herb
you go,
saying what's
looking
up.
like motherfucking Avis. She said, Herb, don't do that. I got my AirPods in, so she can't hear you. What you
Oh,
say?
okay. Nah. But we was like I said, man, we just were talking. And I mean, I know you a CNA, right? Or you a nurse
I'm a
you a nurse
CNA and a med
uh,
tech, and I'm
and a
also
med tech.
training to become a director of memory care. So at Brightview, we have a department called Wellspring Village, and it's for residents that have Alzheimer's and dementia. So that's what I work in, and I want to be a director because I love working with residents that have it, people that have it. That's like the most caring position that you can ever have in my eyes.
And that's dope because you dealing with people with dementia, so they might know you 1 minute and then 5 minutes later
Yes.
What's
they
up,
don't
Ree?
even know who
Yep.
you are.
Yeah.
And you still
And
gotta
it's
stay the course and talk to them, and
yep.
that's dope, yo. Like I commend
Yeah.
anybody,
I
yo.
love it. Like
Anybody.
I see
Riri,
it
what's
like
good?
this. Every day is a new day. Like in their eyes, every day is a new day. So they may be mad at me today, but tomorrow when I go to work, that memory slate is wiped clean and I get to start over fresh again.
That's
So
fire, yo.
that's why I
Don't
love
re
my job.
don't redo
That's
the redo nursing and then redo nursing.
you said
Alex.
what?
I said don't redo nursing.
Riri. You wanna jump in, Riri? I'm gonna send you a link anyway.
Just in case. No, I'm just saying though because like when I was mentoring kids, Pastor Cheryl always kept reminding us that we don't deal with tools. We deal with human lives. So you gotta find something within yourself. Um, I never been a patient person. I never been tolerant of other people's nonsense, and that's all I got. So I had to change up my whole ways just to go to work. You feel me? So I respect y'all
Right,
because you
right.
gotta. At one point, you gotta stay like that because
Yes.
you go there so much.
Yeah.
And then like working through the pandemic. So you worked through pandemic too, through COVID and all that.
They ain't had no choice. You
I
gotta
mean,
feed them
Yes.
families.
I didn't have a choice.
that's
I didn't have a
crazy. Like,
choice. And the
Yep.
worst
but
part
nurse,
of the pandemic, 21 of my 26 residents ended up with COVID, and 10 of them died due to it. And we had hired a lot of new
hmm,
associates that never had to deal with grief. And that was like the hardest time ever at my job because it was death after death. And I've been there for almost 5 years, but it was still a lot for me because one of my favorite residents passed away. And I'm like, I can't even be there for her because I ended up with COVID. And it
hmm,
was hard for me because to me, I felt like I didn't get that closure to say bye to her. So I ended up seeing the grief counselor that came, and he was like, you know, you should just write a letter to her family. And he was like, you should just write a letter to her family.
hmm.
That's crazy, yo.
That's tough, yo.
That
Like, and
I remember.
Like today,
Go ahead.
to, a lady passed away today, and I'm off, but I've dealt with this family for almost 4 years. And so they told me the second that she passed away, they wanted to see me. And on my off days, to me, I'm never off when it comes to the families. I pick my children up and drop them off, and I'm like, you know what, I'm on my way. And what I love about her husband, he was like, you want to take shots in the midst of my grief? He was like, you are what got me through the whole time that I was there. And to everybody at my job, I feel like they go to work for a paycheck. But to me, it's not about the paycheck, because what I do, you need to really love what you do. If you love what
Fact.
you do, it's never considered work. I've been to my job on days when I was on vacation. I left where I was 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning because a resident has passed. And because I love them and their family so much, I was willing to sacrifice my free time just to be there for them. I've been to so many funerals and memorial services because to me, that's what it's all about. Like, I love what I do.
You got to,
Let me
man, because
ask you a question.
that gotta be tough, yo. That gotta be
It
tough
is.
knowing that
It is.
you might lose somebody that got attached to. Like that was the thing that hurt me with working in the mental health field. When I
It's
would see a
hard.
client, when I would
It's
see a
hard.
client like when I would see a client decompose and go back into having to go back to the state hospital and all, like that shit used to tear my heart up. Like I would come home and tell Kamala, like, yo, that shit just fucked me all up today. So I can't imagine, I can't like
Listen,
I can't imagine what you
my
got to deal with.
first death with my favorite resident, when I first met this man, like we just clicked. We used to eat Chick-fil-A every day because he loved Chick-fil-A. He didn't remember that he had Chick-fil-A the day before, but I didn't care. So I would buy Chick-fil-A for this man every day. We used to dress alike on Twin Day. Like the connection that I had with this man was unreal. And when he passed, I felt like it was my granddad that passed. And I was supposed to take my children on a vacation that week that he passed. I was in bed for 3 days because I was mourning his loss, because I couldn't cope with the fact that I had lost my best friend. When I went to work after his passing, it was not the same. Like I was so depressed. And I'm like, I know it's going to get better, but it was a lot to handle being the first favorite person that I've ever lost. And does it really get easier? I tell people it gets easier, but it doesn't, because you get attached to these people and you try so hard not to,
Right,
but you
right,
do.
right,
You do.
right. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't do it specifically for that reason. I know Kamala said she couldn't because she didn't want to get attached to people and then lose like that's because that would be tough. So
It's
Yeah, a
like
hard.
chick I
that's
used to talk to did that. She said she quit that field because every time she turned around, people was just dying, and it was like
Yeah.
she was getting used to them. They was meeting her kids, and the kid when she brought the kids in, it made them feel good because they had like their
Yeah.
grandkids there.
right,
Yeah. They
right.
love kids. They love
See,
kids.
somebody say I can't join,
That's Riri. I'm gonna send her an email link. She said it won't let her join through Facebook, so I'm gonna try to send her an email. One.
but one of the questions that I wanted to ask, and I want ask all of whoever come on here this because they asked us this and they was trying to teach us this when we was mentoring. Um, how do you not take that home with you every day?
Oh man.
They try to train you to not take that stuff home with you every day because they know you have emotional connections and it's all about the
Yeah.
energy. Especially if you believe in stuff like that. It's really hard if you believe in that about the energy that you put out in the atmosphere and then you being around the people all the time and losing people all the time.
Yeah.
I was the first time I dealt with a kid and I went to their house and I seen how poor they were. You would have thought that I was never poor before. I forgot. I got so disconnected with living okay. I've never been rich, but I'm living okay that I forgot that people was actually that poor. When I walked in there, I didn't. When I got home, that was my first time witnessing that. As soon as I got home,
Mm.
I bust out in tears. I had a knot in my throat the whole ride. It was just so much. I'm like, damn, bro. And then I understood what Pastor Cheryl kept saying when she kept saying to us, you're dealing with human lives. This is something that you got to be prepared for. You got to be built for this. This is not just to get money. And I realized that shit. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Hmm.
So,
I,
so,
I, I don't know how y'all do it.
so
But
what made you decide to go into that field, though, Ashley? In
When
that
my
field
granddad
specifically?
passed a few years ago, and when
Uh-huh.
Genesis, I felt like the people that worked at Genesis were not giving him the care that he needed. I'm like, this field needs somebody that really shows care and compassion for the people that come to them. And so that's how I ended up at my job,
Okay.
thanks to my granddad. I did it when I was in high school. I was doing private duty, but private duty is a lot different than actual being in a nursing home setting.
Word, word. Oh, so you're not in a nurse, you're in an assisted living setting.
Yeah,
You
I
in assisted living?
work in assisted living,
Okay, okay.
but
Word, word. Well, hopefully Riri can use the email and join us too. But like, it's so you said during the pandemic you ended up catching COVID too, and it was through work.
I did, yeah. And I'm I'm blaming myself for it because my favorite resident got it. And the love that I had for her, like I didn't even care when I went there without everything that I was supposed to at times, because that's just how I was when it came to her. Like I didn't care. But what hurt me in the end was when she passed, I couldn't go see her because I had it. But
You
my
had
lovely
COVID.
coworkers called me the day that she passed, and I was able to talk to her and see her on FaceTime.
That's
So
good.
I
Man.
was at peace with that.
That's good. That's good. At least you was able to say something. You know what I mean? That's dope. But
so
like I
the,
Yeah.
said, man.
And she smiled at me. So I'm
Oh,
content.
that's good.
I'm
That's
content.
good. That's what's up. Go ahead, Mike. You ready to say something?
Got a lot of
how do
happy
you
memories. I used to dress her up.
how do you how do they pick who gonna be with who?
At my
Like how
job,
do you,
so we're assigned, it's the med tech. I'm assigned to 7 residents that I actually have to provide care for, but I'm in charge of everyone on the floor because I pass medicine to everyone.
right?
But you have your assigned people.
So
But moving
that's what I'm saying.
forward
What
with
makes them
me
pick
being
you?
able to, huh?
What makes them
What
pick?
made them
Like,
pick
say,
me?
what makes you? Yeah, for like your favorite, your favorite person that you had. What made them pick you to go
Because
to that
like
person?
because of the connections that I have with everybody. When I interact with the residents, like my energy and everything is like out of this world. And it's just certain people that I just connect with. And it's just like, oh, we friends now. And they can remember that their short term memory is what's really off. But when they remember the little things about me, like I got a lady that tells me every day, hey, come here, Aaron, you're the one with the 5 boys. How are your boys doing? Like she asks me that every day.
Hmm.
So it's like some of them connect themselves to you. And I connect myself to the ones that don't give me that much of a hard time.
Right, I agree.
Because working in dementia care, you have to learn to deal with combative behaviors. And you are not trained on that at all.
Hmm.
Like I
So they don't
had
give
a
y'all
coworker.
they don't they don't give y'all training on like self defense or defending yourself or nothing.
No, no. Listen, a few weeks ago, I was walking down the hallway and I heard a girl calling my name. And I'm like, why is she calling my name? I go in the apartment. The lady got her pinned up against the wall, ready to beat the hell out of her. And
Hey,
she can't do nothing but sit there until somebody help her. And she was like, I wasn't trained for this. And I'm like, no, you're not. I said, but you're trained to recognize behaviors. So if you do something that agitates your resident, you need to leave. You need to walk away and let them gather their thoughts and go back in a few minutes when their mood has reset. But she chose not to do that. So she put herself in harm's way, because I can tell the signs when someone is agitated, and I'm like, yeah, you're in the mood. I'm going to come back. But when I come back, I'm going to come back with your medicine that's going to calm you down. But she didn't know that. I don't know why she didn't know that, but she didn't know that.
De-escalation.
Yep.
That's serious. So, and
hmm
and you said you've been in 5 years.
Almost 5 years. 5 years in January.
And how long you been doing it?
You
How
said
long?
I'm
How
not
five.
long
even
you
going
been?
to count high school, because, high school, but oh, actually doing almost 5 years. All
Okay.
because of my granddad. I felt like that
All
was my
right.
calling after, he passed. So, yeah.
So like when you take I hear a lot of people I hear a lot of females always talking about classes and training and everything. But like I went to school and it took me 4 years, but I only went to school 2 days a week for like 6 months. What type of is it different, you know, different times for classes and stuff? How do y'all do y'all training? Do you
So
have to go to
for
a
my
school?
CNA, my for my CNA, I went to school for about 3 months, 5 days a week, and it was 2 weeks of clinicals. But for my med tech, it was a 20-hour class. But because we kept having snowstorms when I went for my class, it was only about a day, because they kept canceling it. So it was only about a day. But for the program for me to become a director, it's a year program. And I would have been a director by now. But when I wanted to start the program, that's when COVID hit. And that's when they decided they weren't moving forward with anything because of the pandemic. And now that the pandemic it's not over, but they're just
It
moving
slowed up
forward
some.
with things from 2 years ago. So I'm like, okay, let's get it popping. Because my boss is ready to retire. So she looked for somebody to take her spot, and I'm that person.
Word. That's what's up. I mean, you sound like you know what you want to do. Like I said, man, like it's definitely commendable, like because y'all don't they don't really give nurses no awards, for what they do, man. And the fact, like I said, you got to deal with not only the patients but the families too. And I know sometimes them families be off the chain. You be like, yo,
Yes.
wait a minute. Trust me, when I worked in the mental health field, I had to deal with
Listen,
that
listen.
all the time.
I got this. Listen, I got this one lady. She will come in and nitpick if you put the wrong color shirt on her mother. And I'll be like, but you brought her clothes. Like, how are we
That's
supposed
crazy.
to dress her? She finds everything wrong instead of what we actually do right for her mom. And I'm just like, you know what? Those are the ones that I put in my back pocket. I'm like, I'll deal with them later. But my residents that I tend to cling to the most are the ones who families just basically put them there and don't come and visit around
Don't come see
holidays.
them.
They don't like to drop off supplies. When I first started, my boss was like, so you can't buy them anything. You can't do this for them and you can't do that. I'm like, it's my money. I can do what I want. So I do stuff, but I don't tell her the things that I do. But people run their mouths, and she found out and she just looked at me. I don't care, because these residents, their families never come see them, and they don't have the
That's
bare necessities.
crazy.
They don't have soap and stuff like
That's
that.
crazy to
So if
me.
I can go somewhere and get them the stuff that they need, like, I don't care. Like, come
So okay,
on.
so would they take donations?
I don't think you can.
Would they take donations of toiletries like
We're
soap
not
and stuff
allowed
like
to
that?
anymore because families were coming in of like soap and stuff. Yes, they would. They would
Okay.
because
All right. Bet.
boss
I might
don't
got
know when
some.
she don't care. Like
I might got something that might can help. I got to talk to him though.
all right, I'm ready to say because my boss, I man, listen, she done purchased a whole cabinet, and I got her cabinet filled with soap and deodorant and razors because we got to shave our men every day. Their
Right.
families
Right.
won't even
Right. Right.
provide razors. So when I be placing an order for supplies, like I order stuff like that if I don't come out of pocket with some of the stuff. And she be looking at the invoice and she just turn her head. She be like, you know what? These people in my section, they pay the most money, so they should have everything that they want. So
And
at
that
the
like
end of the
that
day,
part
I'm here
and
for the
that part got to
residents.
be
Their
tough around.
families don't provide it then.
That part got to be tough around the holidays too because it's like knowing that their family's not gonna be there, and it's like you can't take them home with you.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
I know. I tried. I tried.
There she go.
I tried. It was Christmas, and this lady, she had 5 kids, and she was like, "I would love to meet your 5 boys." I ended up taking my boys to work so she could meet them. But I was like, "I want to take you home with me at Christmas." They was like, "I couldn't do that," but I tried.
That's a good question right there. See, put that up on the screen.
Somebody said, "How does it feel when you can't give 100% to one of your residents?" Hold on for 1 second.
That's
I'm
Anthony Savoy. That's a
that's
hell of a
who
question, boy. Anthony Savoy.
Anthony.
Yeah,
Let
because
me
that's
let
what
let
made
me
it
let before you
awesome.
answer. Let me let Riri in. Hold on. Boom.
What's up, love?
Riri, what up?
What's up? How y'all?
Good,
Chilling,
and you?
chilling.
Good.
Now, all right. So I mean, I know you've been listening, so
Mhm.
we've been talking about it. But so Ashley, we're gonna go ahead and go with that question. How does it feel when you can't give 100% to one of your residents in an 8 hour day?
It's hard, and it's times when I am supposed to be off at 2 o'clock, but I
What do you say?
stay over just to make sure my stuff is accomplished and I can go home knowing that I did my job. And I'll look at the time clock and I'm like, I know she gonna yell at me because I went over, but it's me. So she gonna be like, I don't care. But it sucks when I can't accomplish what I want to in 8 hours, especially trying to do my job and training to take her job. Like this past week, really, with this lady being in her transitioning stage, I'm trying to do my job, but her family is requesting me every hour to come in the room to pray with them, give them hugs and kisses and all of that. I'm like, I can't do my job. So I ended up working 16 hours yesterday just to make
Wow.
sure everything was complete and that the family felt satisfied before I left. And she passed away today on my off day, but I still managed to go in there just to be with them.
That was dope. That's dope of you. So what
But it
about you,
sucks though.
Riri?
Like I try really hard.
How you feel when you can't give 100% to one of your residents in an 8 hour day, Riri?
Very, very frustrating because these people really need the care. Like she said, no family members. It's just you. You got to make sure that they're clean to their ability, that they're calm. Everything's going smooth. Because you got people at the office that's telling. So you got to make sure that you're trained to do your job.
That's
So
crazy.
before we get into it, how long you been doing this, and what is your title?
My title is CNA GNA / MedTech. I've been doing this for about 25 years since my daughter was 3.
That is crazy.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
off and on.
I salute you.
And I had a sick child at the age of 15, which made me become a nurse.
Right.
So my first child, really opened my eyes up to the hospital field, the nursing field. I had to put tubes down, feedings in the middle of the night, um, documenting all that at the age of 15, 16.
Wow, that rough.
So y'all. So I one thing. Okay, another thing I'm gonna ask. Do y'all find it? Do you think more or less it's the administration that kind of restricts what y'all can do as far as the services that you provide, as opposed to what you want to do when you go above and beyond? Because, like you said, they say you can't buy them stuff, you can't bring this, you can't bring that. Is that like more of like an administrative thing?
Yeah, it's a
It
protocol.
is. Yeah, it is. Because my boss, the way she explained it to me is, if you provide for these families and then we finally get in touch with their family and they decide they want to bring something in, they're going to be like, well, why should I bring it in if y'all been providing those services for them? Y'all been buying. Well, if you come and visit your loved one, you would know that they don't have
Mhm.
soap
Mhm.
or toothpaste. And I shouldn't have to call you, because in reality, they're supposed to be the ones. If I go to do care for someone and I'm like, damn, I can't even brush your teeth because you don't have toothpaste. What you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run across the street to the job to get you some toothpaste.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's wow.
Plus, they also gotta be careful because you can get sued for anything in them
Right.
fields.
That's why I said it's
Yeah.
That's
protocol.
true too.
You fuck around, get somebody some peanut or something they're allergic to, and you don't know
Right.
anything,
Right.
they can sue your ass.
Mhm.
Listen,
I would.
listen.
I
We
know
almost
what's.
had a situation the other day. So, because we are so short staffed, so anybody that's looking for work in the healthcare, please apply at Brightview South River. Like, I posted it and Let Me Talk already. We are looking for help bad. So we're dealing with an agency right now. I have the dietary chart in the dining room for everyone to see. They gave one of my residents seafood that's allergic to seafood.
See,
Oh,
However, she didn't end up with any complications because they let her eat one piece of shrimp before they realized it and they took it from her. But
oh,
had y'all read the chart that I gave y'all to read, y'all would have known that during dining time, which is why I
mm,
have it in place so y'all can see. But when you're dealing with an agency, they don't care because it's not their people. And that's why
Yeah.
I'm looking for help right now. I just hired 6 people this week because that's how bad we need help.
Do y'all have overnight shifts available?
So,
actually, Riri said y'all got overnight
right,
shifts
you saw
available.
got 6 to 2, 2 to 10, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's where we need the most help right now.
Mhm.
Like, we have no med techs overnight right now. To where still, if the lady didn't pass away this morning on my night off, I was going to have to go in tonight just to make sure she was getting her meds every hour.
Wow.
Mm.
So yeah, we need help.
Yeah.
Honey, message me later.
It's what is it called? The census is down a lot. I mean, like a lot of facilities don't have no help. It's like everybody's quitting or getting fired. Like it's a turnover real bad everywhere. Everywhere.
And
Yes,
that's
and the turnover really was bad when COVID first hit. Like, we ended up, it was to the point
you got
where
that bootleg ass cable, yo. Your internet, you keep skipping. She froze, B.
who is that? Is that Taya?
Nah, that's Landis.
Okay, what we talking about? We talking about nurses. We giving love to the nurses. I see Ebony watching. Eb, you watching? You want to join in? Eb? We giving we giving love to the nurses today. Today, no.
I just don't know how y'all do it, man. I got the utmost respect because I be seeing a lot of women walking around and they be pissed off. And every time I hear them pissed off, I think they will be fussing about the job and they fussing about their co-workers. They like, fuck, I can handle the job, but
Yeah, it's not the
just the
job. It's the
coworkers.
help. It's the help.
yeah,
Yes,
The
it's the
help
help.
because everybody's not trained to do this. You have some that's
They don't
trained,
want to do it.
right, and then you got ones that care, and you got some that just there for a
Nothing.
paycheck.
So it is like that's tough. Like people that's just there to get money because you can see it. Like that was one thing I noticed at my old job. Like I said, like the ones that was just there to get a check, you could tell.
You could
Like
tell.
the way that they talk to them, the
Hmm.
way that they like like it was crazy. Because
Yeah.
for me,
I
like
hate it.
for
I
me,
hate it.
my juxtaposition for this was always look, you can't talk to them like that.
Right. Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Now with me, I worked with more or less like the dudes that was in there, the older dudes and the younger dudes. So of
Hmm.
course you be in there talking or whatever, and every now and then y'all be cracking jokes, and you let nigga go somewhere and let that kind of shit like. But like, and I got in trouble for that. But I mean, righteously as I should have, because you're
Right.
not supposed to talk like that. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
But
Right.
they actually went back. The clients actually went back and stopped me from getting a write up because they said the conversation make them feel like somebody really
They're
want to talk to
still
them.
people.
Right.
Yes, and
Right.
that's what my
Right.
boss told me. Cause I gotta like, I'm me. Wherever
Right.
I'm
I
at,
can't change.
I'm
I
me.
can't.
So I got this lady, and she be looking at me. She be like, "Bitch, go ahead." I be like, "Listen, what I'm not finna do is play with you today. What you gonna do is get up and you gonna come on down to your meds."
And sometimes
And
you
my
gotta
boss
talk to
look
them
at me
like
and
that.
laugh. She be like, and she be liking it. She be like, "Yo, you." My resident be like, "You crazy? I love it." She be like, "Come on, bitch, let's go." Like my boss was like, she like it because I'm still talking to her like she's a person. I'm not
Right.
talking to
Matter.
her like she's somebody that has dementia. Like I'm talking to her like
Hmm.
she's still regular. Like
Yeah, because
she's
they talk to
okay.
people with dementia like they're a babe, like they're babes.
Yes, and I see it all the time, and I
Yeah.
hate it. I hate it. So when I had went to my CNA class, I was taught that I'm not allowed to call people sweetheart or honey or none of that. And I'm like, I'm happy I'm working in a nursing home because in my assisted living, I become come here, sweetheart, come on, honey, and they love it, and their
Right.
families love it. The men like it a little too much, but
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
that's why they didn't want you to call them that though, because of sexual harassment.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
So
just like, that's just me.
so I got a question. If I if I'm coming to you and I say, look, I want to work in this field, what's the three things I need to know that would help me be successful?
Working in
Reality.
my unit in dementia, you need an awesome personality. I can train you on your skills, but your personality is what's going to wow the residents.
Yeah, exactly. That if
You
your
need to
voice is
have,
off, they ain't fucking
yes,
with you.
they.
They not
One
fucking.
thing that I've learned, your mood and how you feel mirrors the dementia residents. If you're in a
Mm-hmm.
bad mood and you go to them for something and you wonder why they're fighting you,
Yeah.
that's why.
Mm-hmm.
You
See,
need
that's
to
what I
have
was saying. That
patience.
energy you put in the air. Um,
Yeah.
I found that out working with kids. That's why I always been talking about keeping positive energy in the air because when I came, they all could sense something was wrong with me because you can read me easily. But I had to
Me
break
too.
all of that shit, yo. I had to stop all of that shit. Like I could not be who I am. I
Right.
had to fix my face before I walked in the program. Cause they were like,
Hmm.
"Oh Lord, Mr. Mikey in a bad mood today."
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You know that saying, don't bring that shit to work today. Leave that shit at
Yup.
Yes,
the door.
that shit. You leave it at the door when you
That
walk
shit.
in there.
Oh,
I'd be like, "Hey, y'all, 6 o'clock in the morning." I'm the most vibrant person you will
Yeah.
ever see. 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got residents that be like, "They're like, girl, what you doing? Come on!" I'm like, "Come on!" So now my favorite thing, and don't laugh because I'm ready to show y'all. My favorite thing to do with my residents is bunny hop time. So I wait until we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I be like, "Hey, y'all, what time is it?" And they be like, "Bunny hop time," and my dumb ass be in the dining room hopping like a bunny. But guess what? They
You
love it.
got them.
The
Yeah, you
Uh,
family
got that
members love
attention.
it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm the shit. Everybody loves me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what you got to do. You got to keep them entertained. And
Yeah.
that is me.
Yeah.
I will sing to them. I can't sing worth a lick. I will dance for them. I had a resident that was like, "Can you teach me how to dab?" I'm like, "What?" Give me your iPad. You don't need your iPad no more because you on YouTube or something. Like, give me your iPad.
Wow.
And they be in there twerking everything because like that's just the type of fun we have. Like, yeah. So
Oh,
the
that's
energy
good.
that you give off really does affect your residents.
Mm-hmm.
Word, word.
And Mikey, and see, you need to have patience.
Mm-hmm. That's
And you need to love what you do. If you don't love
yeah.
what you do, you're not going to be successful. Because if you go to work, let me clock the fuck in for these 8 hours, deal with these motherfuckers, and
Right.
how you gonna be successful?
Yeah.
You already mad as soon as you clock in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how people do that shit. I be dealing with people at work. On my old job, I used to have to make everybody speak. I was like, I know you hear me, yo.
Nuh-uh.
What you
Yo,
want, Mikey, man? And I used to mess with him and make him laugh. Like, yo, you were playing your ass too early in the morning. I said, it's too early in the morning to be happy.
hey,
Right.
yo, I was a supervisor. I would send people home, yo. Like, no bullshit. They would come to work and they would have an attitude. I would be like, yo,
Yeah, I've been
clock,
doing that a
clock
lot.
out,
I've been doing that a lot,
clock
which is
out, because you
resulting
don't
in
want
us
to work
being short
today.
staffed. Yep,
You don't want to work
been
today. Like,
doing
I'm
that
not
a
going to
lot.
pay you. I ain't going to pay you to be an asshole to people. Hell
Right.
no.
Yep,
Clock out. Bye.
yep.
See you.
And right now,
Has
Yeah,
in
you
my
your
can't
business
do that.
right
Yes, I
now,
can. I
there's
said,
no
it's
way
either
I
that
could do
or you
that.
can take a write up and go home. Which one you want?
that part,
You can
that
have a write
part?
up
No, they
and go
getting
home, or
both.
you can just
They
clock out and
getting
go home.
both.
Which
They
one?
getting both
Or fix
because
your attitude. One or the
if
other.
I gotta send you home, that's going on your record. If you clocking in at 6 o'clock and you complaining, what the fuck? Now I gotta do laundry and I still gotta get up all these people. I was like, come here, baby girl. She said, what, Aaron? I said, first of all, you don't wet me. I'm older than you, and you're still not going to wet me. But two, I was like, baby, go ahead, clock out. And then when you come
Yeah,
back tomorrow, I'm gonna have this right up for you to sign. She was like,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's like that. Because
So
you
they
don't
clock
want to
out.
work. You come home, you
Couldn't
come to
do
work
that
and you
shit.
complain about everything every day now. Go
Oh,
ahead, clock
damn.
out.
Every day. No, she only worked that.
Every day. And I'm
One
just
per-
like,
one bad
it's
attitude will
good.
throw a whole day off, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
One, you can have 50 people working in a room. That one bad
But and
attitude
at
Yep,
will
that one
throw
day.
off
Yeah.
everybody else.
yep.
Except for them people that's been there forever and they just don't care either way.
Right.
But
Yeah,
for the most part, you
yep.
know y'all got some people that y'all work with. They be like, girl, I've been doing this shit since 1964. That
Right.
shit don't fly. That shit don't phase me.
Yeah,
That shit don't phase me, girl.
This don't phase me. Right. This every day.
I don't worry about that
yes.
shit no more.
But
You know
I
what I
don't like
mean?
dealing with that. I don't like
But yeah,
dealing with that.
like I can't work around like even where I work at now. I work at a pharmacy. Like I got the easiest job in the world. And I tell the dudes I work with all like, and they still find a way to complain. I be like, bro,
Right.
this is free money. You
Right.
basically getting free money right now. Like you literally, all you have to do is take medication and drop it off at a facility.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Mm.
Like as I
And
got older, I don't have patience for like human beings no more. Like I don't know how y'all do it. Like I don't get into a whole bunch of arguments and shit.
I got 5 kids, so that
I mean, I
patience
have four
thing.
of them, but after I got older, like I'm
Yeah, that's
49
different.
now. I I don't have patience for people. I don't argue with them. I will not come around you or shut down or because I just don't feel like it no more. I don't know how y'all do that shit,
When it
especially
comes
when
to my
working with all
residents,
them
I
damn
have the
people.
patience, but not my coworkers. My residents, I have all the patience in the world. But as
you,
far as my coworkers, I ain't got to deal with you, and I can just send you home and enjoy the rest of my day. If I got to stay to cover for you, and I know my residents are going to get the care and love that they need, I will do it because I'm not going to have you in here in a bad mood, which in return is going to put them in a bad mood. I've
and
seen it where the damn girl then came in there and she off the break in a bad mood. I'm like, you know what? It's only 6 o'clock. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Her first 3 residents, she tried to get up. They tried to fight me and blah blah. I was like, well, how did you
You
approach them?
approach.
Because approach is everything when you work in a dementia unit. And if you got an attitude, they're gonna give you attitude back. And if they swing on you, then it's your fault. That's how I feel. It's your fault.
Yeah. No
Hey,
patience.
Starla,
So
you want to come on
no,
here?
I'm
Starla, I know
not
you
doing
hear me.
that.
I think Starla do that same thing too. She could come on
who
here.
star who was Starla? I'm already sending her
Yeah.
an invite anyway. If you in
Cause
nursing,
I swear
if you
I
in
love this
nursing,
conversation
if
because
you
I don't
in
know how
nursing
y'all
and you
do it.
watching, I'm sending you
I
an invite.
love
Pa-
my
Plain and simple.
job.
You
And the
got to.
crazy part, The crazy part is though, so when my boss go on vacation, I step in as her. So I'm, in her office, in her phone, answering the calls and everything. I'm like, yo, this some boring shit. I'd rather be out on the floor and
More
passing meds and
moving around.
interacting. And I'm like, why do I want her position again? Because I love interacting with
Interactive.
them. I mean, even though she does help out, like it's been times when it's just been me and her because we've been that short staffed. But I'm just like, I don't know if I can do a desk job. But
Right, right.
when that money calling, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But it ain't always about the money though.
Yeah,
No,
it can't be.
it benefits, but
Do y'all
it's
get
about
good
the
benefits?
care
Oh,
if
go
you
ahead. I'm
already
sorry.
have that
I do.
compassion.
Y'all get
After a
good
week on
benefits and
my
stuff?
after a week on my job, your benefits kick in and your 401k. You don't even have to sign up for
Accumulate.
that stuff. Yeah.
Can you
And
take
my
your
Wow.
401k
PTO
when you
is
leave there?
yeah.
Like, say if you leave there and go to another spot to a carry on. Okay, that's good.
Yep.
That's word. But
Hmm.
again, like I said, anybody that's just joining, today is the last day of National Nurses Week, and we was talking last week. Mike was like, you know what? I want to talk to some nurses. I was like, we're gonna do that next week. Then. And Ashley and Kendall told us that it was Nurses Week and it was in, so we sent out the link. I ain't seen them from Kendall yet, but
Kendall,
anybody that's watching, if you in nursing and you want to jump in, please feel free. This is what it's
You want
about.
to know?
y'all don't get discounts on scrubs?
I don't wear scrubs. We got a uniform. We got to
Oh,
wear.
okay.
But you want to know something? Listen,
Yeah, you
I
get
love my job, but I'm not shouting out my nurses. I'll shout out everybody else nurses except them. I'm with my residents every day. So if I come to you with an issue, your job is to fix it. I had a lady that just got sent out to the hospital, but I had been telling my nurses for weeks that there was something going on with this resident. Guess
the
what? They
nurses.
decided they wasn't going to do nothing about it until she got sent out when it could have been prevented. So yeah, I'm not shouting my nurses
They have a
out.
set
I
salary,
ain't even
so they don't
yeah.
even budge. They have a set salary, so they don't even budge.
Yeah, like they don't
They
care, and I hate that they don't care. I'm like, where did you get your nursing degree from? The back
yeah,
of a Cracker Jack box?
yeah,
Because if I come to you with an issue and I'm coming to you with this issue every day for a month, you should do something about it. It shouldn't take them being sent out to the hospital.
right.
So now that's an extra bill that they don't even need. And I told my boss that, and she was like, "We just pulled up the reports. You told them about this issue every day." I said, "I know, because that's the type of person that I am, and nothing has been gotten done about it. And it took her to vomit every day and go to the hospital for them to do something.
That's
Like if
crazy.
she had died, I would have felt
I hate
even
when they
worse
wait that last
because I
minute.
know I've
I
been
hate
saying
that.
something."
Mm.
What you say, Ree?
I hate when they wait last minute. Like she said, they watch until something like detrimental, like she said, vomiting. Like we've been telling you that this lady was vomiting,
Yes.
or she had terry stools or something like that.
Yes.
And you don't do nothing.
She
Like
constipated and y'all won't do nothing about it. So you wait till she throwing up bowel before you
right,
decide you want to
right,
do something
right,
about it.
right.
Well, fuck them nurses. We ain't talking about them nurses.
So let me
We
ask
talking
you
Yeah,
about the
this.
that's
one.
what
Fuck
No,
them
you
people.
gotta start at the bottom to get to the top.
Fuck
So
them people. We ain't
What's
talking about.
that part.
If y'all don't care about the people you work with, we ain't hold up, because you know what time it is. We ain't talking about you, motherfuckers. You are not
That
hey?
brought.
part. Get in the camera,
Are not
see
brought
that
into
part.
the conversation. We ain't talking about y'all. We talking about the people that like working at their job and they
yeah,
love it and they
man.
get up every day and bust their ass. We're not talking about you,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. Let's just therefore check you, bitch. We ain't talking about you. All right, bang. We
Let me ask you. What's the level of respect that y'all get for like for situations like that when you start talking and you noticing something going wrong and you go to somebody like the doctors and stuff like that, do they ever belittle y'all or anything like that? Because it's got to
But
be
you're
some type
right.
of conflict somewhere. It's got to be some
Listen,
type of conflict somewhere.
I'm not talking down. I'm not.
don't
Disclaimer.
don't say
I'm not.
nothing. Don't say nothing that's gonna put you, on
Right.
your money. Keep
You
your
gotta keep
paper.
your job, but
Don't say nothing.
Let
First
me
of
shut
all,
we
up
gonna
we
have to
ain't
then.
into
scratch
that.
that.
We ain't
All right, we're
into
gonna scratch
Yes.
we
that
ain't,
question.
yeah, we ain't into you fucking
Yeah.
your paper up. Don't fuck your paper up. Don't do
I'm
that.
ready
Mikey,
to. You
Mikey
know what?
Wild, yo.
Hey.
Might
I
be
will
like getting petty.
message y'all later on my thoughts.
There you go. There you go.
I
There
was saying,
you
because it gotta be some type of conflict between, because we have a little battle sometimes between people that go to school. Like I went to electrician school, and when I first got in the trade, and I went to school, it was rough for me because I'm from the streets, and a lot of the white boys that was
Right.
in the trade for years, I started making more money than them because I went to school. But yeah, that was a battle there. It was like a serious battle because like I said, the money thing, they didn't know that I was making more money, but just because I went to school and they
Right.
didn't,
Right.
we battled, and it was like, and when I walked up there, it was like, oh Lord, here he come. It's like you can't do that. That's not code. You can't do that. That's
Mhm.
not code. There you go with the code stuff. I'm only telling you what I learned,
Right.
So I know it's got to be some type of battle in that bitch,
That's crazy. No,
especially
I
with
mean,
y'all
like
going
I
to
said,
school, y'all taking classes and everything, and then working underneath people, and then y'all with them every day,
Yeah. Because,
and then
I
you,
mean, the knowledge comes back, when
yeah,
things up. So you have to say something. That's what you was taught.
right.
So,
Right. They don't
That's
see
what
it
I
as
told
that
them
though, and
too.
that's what pissed me off. I'm like, yo, I'm with them every day. So if I come to you with a concern, your job is to take what I say serious, and that's the whole point of us doing weekly care notes, so we
right.
can let
Right.
y'all know what's still
What's
going on, and that's
on?
the
Right. Or what
purpose of
change?
our 24-hour report
Right.
and us charting shit. We telling y'all what's going on.
Hold
Right.
up, you say weekly what?
None of it. So every week we do something called care notes, and it's letting them basically know everything that we done told them about during the damn week.
Wow.
So if somebody fall or something, like, listen,
If it ain't
I'm
documented, it
so
didn't happen.
it didn't happen. The
Yeah.
woman, I was off my weekends. I'm off for 4 days. So I went to work Monday, and the nurse gonna ask me, well, how she get a nurse bandage on her hand because the nurses got an initial stop. Sweetie, I was off for 4 days. I can't tell you what happened. That's why you need to pull up your reports. They pulled up the reports. Nothing was ever documented on why this woman had
oh,
this huge thing on her hand. But y'all keep coming to me. Don't come to me about shit
Because
because I was
your
not
name on-
here.
when your name on it, they want to come to you and ask you, but you got to cover yourself. So, like you said,
man,
you do your notes. She's covered. So whatever she said, she don't have nothing to do with whatever somebody else.
man,
You know what I'm saying?
man. That was
Didn't
one
do.
thing
Mm-hmm.
we did have to do too when I worked in the mental health field. We every day, if you had contact with a client, you had to make a note about it. If you talked to them about medication, you had to make a note about it.
Mm,
If you asked them how their day was, you had to make a note about it. If they tripped up in the hallway, you had to make a note about it.
mm,
So yeah,
Yep.
no, I get it. Definitely CYA all day long.
mhm. Mhm.
When I worked
Man.
with the kids, Pastor Cheryl had me do that. I didn't realize how important it was until one of our kids didn't get on the bus. I mean, we dropped them off at his house. We watched him walk in his door, but I never seen him shut the door.
Mm.
I never seen him close his front door. I seen him get in his front door and stand there and wave. But he never went in the house. His mother was in the house. He soon as we pulled off, he left out the house.
Oh
We could
wow.
not find him. We got all the way to Annapolis. Then Mr. Boston had to come all the way back up the road. This Bama dipped over somebody's house and played video
Video
games.
games all night. Mm,
Wow.
mm,
Luckily, his mother loved us,
mm.
and she knew it wasn't our fault because he was terrible. But boy, when I had to write that shit down, and I'm an honest person when it comes to that, I was like, I seen him go in that
Right.
house,
You got
but
right
he
there.
never shut that damn door. I said it. I was like, yo,
Wow.
I told Mr. Boston, I said, he in there, go ahead. He was driving. And when I wrote that report, I was sitting there, I was like, yo, he never closed the door, bruh. That's
Ain't
how
no
sick he is. I
right.
said, that little motherfucker, I would cuss his ass out to myself. Like, because I had write that report, I was like, yo, because if something had happened, I would have felt terrible.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that man ain't go home. He go home till like 11 o'clock, even though they playing video
Wow.
games.
Mm,
Oh,
And what's
mm,
crazy, the kid mother who house he was over didn't even know Shorty was up in there.
Mhm.
She
mm.
knew he been
oh,
Oh
left.
my God, that's the worst.
Wow.
Man, his mother went crazy. Mr.
Mm-mm.
Boss went up there. I was like, damn, yo. I said, I got to write this report. When I wrote the report and Pat the show read it, she just looked at me. I put my head down. She said, I guess I ain't even got to say nothing, huh? I said, if I was the boss, I would say something. So I guess you gotta say what you gotta say. But she said at
Right.
least she was honest enough to write it down. I said, I watched that boy open that door.
Yeah, you seen it. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
know how slick he is, and I slipped on it. From then on, shit.
Been
I
on them.
walked that man to the door. Close the door, y'all, for his mother.
As you should have.
He lived up Pioneer City.
Oh God,
Yeah,
yeah. But
Yeah.
doing it.
that's
He
crazy.
was terrible. He was terrible. Sixth grade,
Mm.
Mhm.
I had a file this
Wait
thick.
a minute, sixth grade.
What?
Sixth grade.
Yeah. Like
They
yo,
don't
when that,
go like
the
that.
company that company I worked for, when I worked for the adolescent program, yo, them kids was different, yo. Like
I like my
they
sixth grade
was
if I
they
pull some
was
stuff like that. I
them
drag them.
kids was different, bro.
Yeah.
Like
All
you
right.
can't leak like 1 minute they be talking to each other, then you turn around the next minute they
Wow.
bump, 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 bump,
Knock
bump,
each other out.
cracking. You like, yo, why are y'all fighting?
And they
'Cause
cry for
he took
everything.
the pencil.
So much
He
anger.
took a you punched him in his face because he took a pencil?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, fucking right. Yo, like that's why I said it, but it was still in the mental health field, but it was an adolescent program.
Right.
It was one of the best times, one of the best jobs I ever had. But yo, like, cause I still know some of the kids now, they're adults now. Cause
Oh,
this was back in like 2000,
dang.
2002.
Wow.
So this is 20 years ago. So a
Dang.
lot of these kids now, they adults, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
And when I be talking to them, my boy DJ Illa, if y'all know DJ Illa, me and him work together.
I don't know.
But like I be talking to him now. They be like, man, Mr. Calvin, I was terrible as a little kid, wasn't I?
Mhm.
I was fucked up, wasn't I? I'd be like, yo, you wasn't, like, because for one reason they was there for mental health issues. So I'll be like, yo, I can't say that you was fucked up, yo. All I
Right.
can say
Right.
is you acted like you were supposed to at that age,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
dealing with what you was dealing with. You didn't
Right.
understand what you was dealing with. You know what I mean?
See, the
So,
key is once you realize your problem or where
mhm.
it came from, then you become, you know, like you solve that problem. You do better things. You know, you grow. So
And I told him, I said, yo, I can't be mad at you for being like, I was like, yo, you was 8 years old, 9 years old. Like you acted like an 8-year-old or a
yeah,
9-year-old, but you was dealing with some shit too that you
yeah.
didn't
So
understand. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna be mad, but some of them are, boy, oh boy.
My
I
kid,
mean,
I
off
told
the
straight up there, I said,
chain,
wow, y'all niggas was terrible. They
off
like,
the
I
chain.
said, they like, Mr. Mike, y'all wasn't that bad. I'm like, shit, you wouldn't have said nothing. Nah, y'all niggas was
One,
terrible. They
one of them
dealing with
kids,
it now.
Realize it, right?
Yeah,
yo,
because two of my
Damn.
kids killed somebody.
Dang.
mm,
Yeah, they
Wow.
killed one of them killed somebody in Laurel and another one killed somebody in LA. We got
Damn.
way more better success stories, but one of those kids was damn near he's like one of the most smartest kids up in Meade Middle and Meade
Okay.
High.
Damn.
The
decision,
other one,
them
he was
decisions.
he was the one we went into his house. They lived in a motel in Laurel on
Mm.
the right hand side when you first get off the exit.
I
And
know I know exactly what you talking about.
you know what
Across
I'm
the
talking
street
about?
from the grocery store and all that.
That's right. That joint like ran down. It when I
Next to
went
the
in there.
next to the Walmart.
That's right.
Oh, for real?
I know exactly what you're talking about. 'Cause I used to have to drop people off up there when I worked for crisis response.
Look, when I first got into being a mentor, we goes up in that hotel. The first thing you see is all these kids' shoes. It's like 12 to 15 different pairs of shoes lined up in this one room. You see an air mattress and a bed. It's 4 kids. They land on the air mattress the long way with their bodies facing the short way so they can all be comfortable.
Could it can fit? Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
I seen a hot plate and a microwave. That's what I said. Look, I goes in there, and you know I talk a lot. I stone get speechless. I got this knot in my throat. I feel cold chills. I'm like, yo, I forgot people was had to live like this.
Right.
Like I said, I've never been rich, but I never been the poorest person.
Mhm.
When I seen that shit, it broke my heart. I
Right.
got in the van and I got all the way home. As soon as I got in the house, I just started crying. I asked Mr. Boss
Mhm.
next day. I said, I don't know if I'm built for this shit, bro. He like, man, the way you handle them kids and all that shit. I say I broke down with that shit. He said he did the same thing when he first started dealing with it, but you get used to it.
Right.
I went to a kid house, his mom laying on the ground and throw up with her pants to her knees.
Damn.
I got a phone call from the same kid one day around Christmas time, because his mom was an alcoholic, but he told me he was mixing her drinks, um,
Mm.
putting water in her liquor. So I'm like, why? I'm like,
Oh.
why the fuck you fixing her drinks? He like, cause if she drink it straight.
Right.
Okay.
But what he do is he give her a little bit of liquor and put more water in it.
Water. Yeah.
12 years
Wow.
old. I'm on the phone like this.
Wow. What the
Oh
fuck?
my God. I called Pastor Cheryl. They went up there. She like, Mr. Mikey, when I first met you, you was like a tough guy. I said, I can't handle that shit. I said, no. I
That
Damn.
said,
shit
I
break
can't
you
handle
down.
that shit. Yo,
That shit break you
I was
down,
like, man,
bro.
that shit broke me
Like,
down.
yo, when
The
you see a
first month,
kid,
I probably
when you see
cried every
a kid
day.
helpless,
But y'all doing the same thing that we're doing. The same
Right.
the same thing, except for you're not changing anyone. That's the only thing.
that
Damn.
was high. Like seeing a kid like that couldn't control their home life
Right. Right.
and having
Yeah,
to
that shit
deal with,
gotta hurt.
and you knowing like you dropping them off, and you like you said you pulling off slow, but you like, man, I know when I leave,
Yup. That was the
and,
hardest problem.
and then you wait till the next day to go to work and see them go because we had to pick the kids up from school because it was an
Mm.
after school
Mm.
program. So we would go to the schools and pick them up, but we would drop them off at home. And having to drop them
Wow.
off, and you know shit is fucked up for them,
Right.
you pulling away, and you like,
That's
yo, I don't want to
crazy.
leave, shorty, but I got to.
You got to. Right.
You
And then
know
you go
what's
to work the
crazy?
next day, and you just hope they at school when you pick them up, so you can be like, yo,
What's up? Yeah.
good, you here, all right, you know what I mean? But that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. That's crazy.
So hold on. Let's speak on this mentor program real quick. So a few years, well, I'm getting up in age now. So probably like 2014, 2015, when I was working downtown at the parking garage. One night I was working overnight. I was like, you know what? I want to start a mentor program for Annapolis Elementary because that's a school my kids was going to. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bring it up to my church and like see what happens. Fast forward a few years, once I started getting my shit together, I'm like, we put it into place. So I started a mentor program in Annapolis Elementary. Within my first year with that program, I got an award, this huge plaque and a crystal apple. Still got it, by the way. But my whole thing with being a mentor, I stopped because people came to me. The girl that I was mentoring, it was never on my time that I wanted to mentor her. This girl dropped her daughter off at my fucking house one night so she could go to the fucking club. I said, "Whoa, baby, ho, that ain't what we finna do. Can you get out of my?" That's my niece, y'all.
Oh,
She's off the. Don't laugh at her. But like this woman dropped her daughter off at my house
Yeah,
so
all
I
that.
could babysit her a couple times out the week. And I'm the girl, like she got a whole bunch of siblings, and she was just like, I don't want to go home. I said, baby, I got five kids
oh,
of my own, and like I appreciate you, but that's not what I set my son up for. Like I didn't sign up for this to take care of
mm,
you like every day that your mother didn't want to deal with you. Her mother
right.
kept having kids, and she just like, what am I gonna do? But when I started going through my divorce and stuff, like I backed away from the program to like take care of my personal life. But when I got back into it, I'm just like, I wonder how she doing. And she's still a troublemaker. And I'm just like, I can't deal with her. Let me find a new child. I'm trying to find the best
Oh,
in everybody, but it's like, Lord Jesus, you can't save them all.
no, you
How
can't.
do
You
you? How
can't.
do you? We always found this out. How do you uh, I had to stop doing. How do you expect good results from people that's in such a bad situation?
Listen,
When
but
you got young boys not trying to be a dad. Also, they trying to be a dad to their younger siblings. Like one of my shorties right now, he was trying to be a dad, but the hardest thing was for him to do was it was almost like being a sober boyfriend to his mom. You know, the one that love him and put up with all
yeah,
this shit while she
that's a
drinking
lot
and
though.
doing
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
That's a lot.
Where
Well,
though
basically,
the
they made
Bama was
it
stealing
up.
electricity. He told me I ain't mean to cut you off, but this some wild shit. The electric got cut off. He was like 12, 13 years old, if that.
Wow.
He had to steal electric from the next people's house. I
Huh?
I never
Can
touched
you
the
send
electric
me his
when I started
information in the chat? No.
the Bama's learned how to steal electricity from other people's house. No bullshit. That's dangerous
Can
as
he
shit.
still
All he had to do
cable?
was touch the
Can he
shit
still
and die.
cable?
He know how to
Can he
do.
still cable too?
He,
I'm tired of paying the cable bill. Can he still cable? Can you send me
I
his
ain't had cable
information in the
about.
messenger?
I ain't had
Can you
cable in about 5 years.
Wi-Fi something?
But then you
Let
have
me talk to
to
him. Let me
some people are
mold
forced
him.
to
I'm
grow
gonna make
up.
him be destined for great things, Mike. You send me the info in my message.
Nah,
Say no, I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all.
that's straight
I got
corruption.
crown.
What you say,
I got
Ree?
I got
Some
crown in the cup.
people
Don't mind me, y'all.
want, so those type of situations, his mom being obscene or drug addict or drunk or whatever, he don't have a choice. He see
Right.
his siblings need that love, so he the only one that can give it to him.
Yep.
That shit gotta be
That's
right.
tough, bro.
True shit though.
That's
So
tough.
let me ask y'all: like do y'all have to mentally? How do you mentally prepare yourself for that shit every day? I mean, is it something that will just come natural now? I mean,
Coffee.
you've been doing it for 20 some years.
Well, I go back
Coffee.
to my baby. Like I said, like I had to do it. So, like they basically go back to babies, the
Yeah.
elders. So
Yes.
I look at it
Yes.
like that. So
Okay.
I already know my compassion is already there. So
Yep.
I go straight in,
I can dig
Yep.
that.
asking
That
their
part.
names, how they're doing today. I'm here to help you, this, that, and the third. We get it
Yep.
done. Out the room they go. I go do the
Yep.
next person.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And coffee doesn't, coffee helps a lot. I
Yeah.
have never drank as
Oh, I
much
don't drink that.
coffee.
Not
Listen, I stop at Dunkin' Donuts every morning for my caramel iced coffee with regular cream and sugars large that keeps me motivated just because it tastes so good. The coffee tastes so damn good. My mom gonna send me information and say you need to stop drinking that shit. I'm like, why? One of your damn coffees is equivalent to eating 17 glazed donuts. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'd rather eat the donuts then. But the coffee is good.
I'd rather eat the
But no,
donut.
I go into work every day and I'm just like, it's a new day to them. It's a new day to me. Like, I got this. I can handle whatever life is going to throw at me today. As long as I'm good, I know my residents are going to be good. We got this.
I feel you.
100%.
But I pray every morning before I go to work. That's what prepared me because my job is dangerous. And my
Oh,
coworkers,
yeah.
I'm
yeah,
real good. I like
yeah.
all my coworkers.
What you mean?
So I and one of my coworkers, he be doing some wow. He be doing some heavy
Well,
shit.
the one thing that I don't like at a facility is when the building is not together, especially the head honcho that
Yeah.
think they know everything.
Yes, yes. But we just so for the almost 5 years that I've been there, we have been through. I'm on my third executive director.
Oh
The
my!
first one when I started, she's like, "Hey, life is good." Blah blah blah. As soon as another community opened up, she left us and went to them. The second one was only there for a year and gonna tell us how to do stuff. I said, sweetie, I've been here longer than you.
Right,
Yes,
right,
I know you are the big boss, but what I'm not gonna do is listen to what you gotta say because I know what's right.
right.
But this third one, I'm just like, She only been there for like a couple weeks. I haven't had the chance to sit down with her, but I plan on it next week because I need to know what her intentions are. And my
Right.
boss be like, "You need to stop." No, I don't need to stop shit because if you feel like you can come in and you take in charge of the whole building, I need to know what your intentions are. That's
Intentions,
just
right,
me
right.
because I need to feel like I can come to you for anything. If I can't come to you and express how I'm feeling about something, then what are you here for?
Right. I feel uncomfortable. Like when you walk
Yeah.
something, then I don't want no. I
Like
don't
my
have,
boss, I can go to my boss about anything. I'd be like, girl, I got this rash right here. You want to see it? She'd be like, yeah, go ahead. If I can't feel like that with the
yeah, you
big
can
boss, then bitch, what are
understand
you here
one,
for?
So do you
but
think you could
Like,
actually do their job? Do you think you could actually do your boss job? And I mean,
I
let me
I
ask you
do
this.
do my boss job.
Now hold up. Let me ask you this. I want both of y'all to answer this. Do you think you could do your boss job and still be liked by everybody underneath of you?
No, no. And
mm,
why I can't? Because the difference between me and my boss is she's real lenient with a lot of things because she needs that. At the end of the day, bitch, I don't need you because I can do her job, my job, and your job. So I don't need you. And that's why I don't have a problem with sending people home. Because what are you here for? I have ran apartments 1 through 26 by myself,
right. When you
feeding
get
them,
there, yeah.
provide maids, and doing care by myself. So I don't need you. And that's how I feel about it.
What you think? Ree? You think they would still like you?
No, because basically they
That
don't do
part.
nothing. So you, I mean, you can help out, but most of them don't like to pitch in. So
Hmm.
it depends on your attitude towards the building. Like, if you the type that want to help out, and, pitch in. But if you the type that's like, oh, I'm just gonna do my paperwork and do my meds, and y'all do what y'all want to do, no, they not gonna like you at all.
My boss pitching, but at the end of the day, I'll still be feeling like I don't need them people. One,
Right.
because I don't be liking their energy and their vibes. So
They,
I can
they
do
don't want to
without you.
do it for real. They don't want to do it for real.
But the other bosses, the one thing that pissed me off are so during COVID, when we had the 21 out of our 26 residents with COVID, they was like, oh, it's an emergency. We need everybody on board. So my boss was on vacation and I was taking over for her at the time. They made her come in from her vacation. And I was like, where the other bosses at? They said they was pitching in. Nobody ever came back there. My executive director was like,
See that shit,
I'm gonna
Shane.
help y'all.
See that?
I'm gonna help y'all from a distance. Yo, she walked through our back door, said, "Hey, how y'all doing?" and sprinted back out. And
Huh?
that's why I stopped fooling with her because the time that we needed you the most, you wasn't
You
there for
didn't
us.
step in? Yeah. You
So when
overlooked.
she
Different.
retired a couple of weeks ago, I was like, good riddance because you kept saying you were for us, but you really weren't.
You really wasn't. Right. Right.
It's
Like
a
I like
different.
anybody that's willing to step
You gotta be
in,
like
and
you
she wasn't.
like you the soldier on the front line when you
It's
doing that type of work.
that
It's a.
part.
I tell people all the time. It's a difference between being a boss or supervisor and being a leader.
Listen,
It is.
so and this
It's
is one thing
two
that I love
different.
about
That's
my
two
boss.
different people. A boss and a
She
leader are two
says
different people.
my boss will tell you, she's like, don't look at me as a boss, don't look at me as a superior, look at me as your equal. Because if you need help out there with something, I'm gonna be right there helping you. And she hasn't proved me wrong yet. And that's why I am the way that I am. And that's why I feel like I'm going to succeed in taking her position because I'm going to go in with the mindset that she has trained me with,
Mm-hmm.
minus the taking bullshit from some of the people. Because I'm gonna fire everybody. She just don't even know it yet. But
No, listen.
all of them getting fired.
My old job, like the dude, I used to tell him all the time, like, bro, like you're a good boss, but you suck as a leader, yo. Like,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, a leader is gonna get down there in the trenches. Like you said, that's a
That
difference.
part,
A leader, a leader is somebody that's gonna do the same shit that they asking
yes,
you to do.
Right.
All right, let me
that
ask
part.
y'all
Um,
this. Y'all got the leadership role. I just assigned y'all to the leadership role. What is three things that you would immediately think need to be changed, starting from the highest to the lowest? The first thing
Support,
that comes to your mind.
support. I want support from everybody in the building. Just because I work in a dementia care, I need support from everybody. I want y'all to come and show compassion. I don't want that fake love. I've had that fake love in my mouth does not change. I don't care your position. I've cussed directors out.
See,
I
that's what
don't
they don't like
care.
about me.
That's
And
only
just
one.
be there. And just be there. Like, come on, just be there. Like, I can't speak for everybody, but like I said, working in my dementia care, I have seen so much shit go left. Don't even laugh at me. So we serve our food in my unit, but we go to the main kitchen to get our food. I was taught that if I don't eat it, if I wouldn't eat it, don't feed it to my residents.
Facts.
Right.
Y'all should see how many times that the cooks have cussed me out. And the cooks, y'all know the cooks. I ain't even gonna throw their names out there, but y'all know the cooks and y'all have dealt with the cooks. They send me over trash food and I'm taking it back, and they're like, why are you sending it back? I'm like, would you eat this? No.
Right.
Then why the fuck do my people deserve to
Right.
eat it?
Right. That's insane.
My unit, and I understand assisted living. I really don't care for
Those
assisted
people
living
pay
because at
too
the end of the day, the
much.
money comes from my
They
section.
even get.
All right, Reed,
What
what
you
you
say, Ray?
think? What would you change, Reed?
I would change that my people need to be trained, and I need to see paperwork because I don't want anybody just coming in my building just falling in. Just I can't do that. Um, I need.
Go ahead and I'll meet you there.
I need for
No.
everyone to interact with the residents, like she said, to make the building a happy building. Because if you got somebody saying that's not my job, I don't want to do that,
I can't.
then it's not gonna be a successful, you know,
Right.
day. Um,
It's in my wallet. It's
and
in my wallet. It's in my pocket.
basically keep supplies. That's about it. Like, because a lot of buildings don't. We work without gloves, wipes. We got to use.
Really?
Yeah, places I've
Oh,
been lately. Yeah,
I placed the order in for all of that, and my
yeah.
boss was like, "They supplying this." I said, "Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm ordering our stuff, and I don't
Yeah,
have a problem with going on Medline.com and running that bill up because if we need
but
it, I'm
uh,
finna order it."
that makes the day a hectic day as well. Because sometimes you got to go to other people's rooms and you're not supposed to and borrow stuff.
You
And
know what? And that's what when I train people, the first thing I tell them is if you take something out of a resident's apartment that's not on our incontinence program, you terminate it. And it was like, huh, what? Why? You're fucking stealing because that resident didn't pay for something that's not on that
right,
supply list. So yes, I'm gonna have to fire you because each resident 9 times out of 10, their family members providing everything they need for them. Their depends, gloves, everything. And if you take it from somebody that's on my incontinence program, I'm gonna fire you because that's an easy termination, and there's no way around that termination. You out of here.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't play with that because in the way I feel about that, my boss talked to me like this about it. She said, "Imagine working your whole fucking life and you retired now, and your retirement money is paying for these supplies, and somebody come and take that shit from you. How you gonna feel?" I said, "You know what? You make a lot of sense, and that's yeah, I'm cool with that. So now
that's
I see you taking something from somebody.
right, right.
Walk with me. Walk with me. You
Hmm.
done. You
Right.
done. Ain't no way
You
around it.
you getting fired if you take
Cause
the
that's
shit
stealing."
where Ashley work at.
I
You gonna
hate
fire you.
that.
So
I hate
stop.
that
Don't do
word.
that shit. Stop it.
You
You gonna get fired.
fired.
You
You
supposed to do it though. No,
fired.
you're not. You're right.
Hmm.
You
All right.
But
fired.
So go ahead. Go ahead, Ree.
no, I was just saying, like, it really does. No, that's what I would change because it makes it hard for you to do the care. I was just trying to think of things that will make it difficult for me to do my work or even be in the building. Like when I know it's a short staff or we don't have or this is still going on for late,
Get out of here.
But
my
that's
whole
where
is like,
But that's where
Get
your higher
down.
ups are supposed to come in place. Like when you come in to start your shift and you just like, fuck, I
right.
don't have this. How am I supposed? You're supposed to be able to go to them and deal with that. But being how I'm training to be that higher up, girl, let me tell you how the other day I'm stressed at work because I got 4 fucking blood pressure cuffs and none of them bitches work. But I
Ah,
remember that. I remember I remember the activity ladies telling me that you can use my blood pressure cuff anytime you need it. I went in her cabinet and got it, and that's I'm petty. I hit that bitch from 2 to 10 because I had to struggle for my morning shift and blood pressures. It's like 15 out of 26 people that need their blood pressure taken to get their meds. It's a lot. That shit is woo. It's overwhelming, especially when you need to get the shit done. You
yeah.
coming at 6 o'clock and you need that shit done before 7:30. Shit is a lot. So 2 to 10, you coming in, you need 3 blood pressures, bitch. You better figure it out. Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I'm petty, but I ain't that petty because I ended up telling her, I said, girl, go ahead, take this. I ain't supposed to let you use it, but go on, take that. But you know, but for real though, like my whole thing is I don't want my co-workers coming to me and be like, they can't do their job because they don't have X, Y, and Z. That's why I'm there. The girl, then they called the nurse. They was like, I don't have any depends for apartment 17. I said, bitch, I worked with you all day. Not one time did you tell me you needed depends. Well, why would I tell you? I got a key. Oh, I didn't know you had a key. How many times have I told you on the staff meetings that I got keys to everything around this bitch? I got access to everything that you need. But because I sit back and I kick jokes with them and I ha ha he and shit, they don't take me that serious. And I'm just like, you know what? That's just gotta stop because I'm gonna be their superior. I'm
Right.
not gonna be like one of them people that down talk them like because that's just not me. And I feel like you need to be friends with everybody that you work with in order to build their relationship. But I'm just like, y'all gotta start seeing me as that manager type and
Right.
not just your coworker.
Right.
So it's hard as shit right now trying to balance that because I still like to sit back and laugh at shit. My boss be looking at me with the see, put your stink face up there. Put your stink face up there. My boss be looking at me with the stink face, and I'll be like, "Girl, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, sis."
Yeah, yo.
She said, "You need to stop." I'm like, "I'm trying. I am. I know." But at the end of the day, I am gonna have to stop it big time because they fucks with me and I fucks with them, but I ain't gonna let them fuck up my coins.
Yeah, of course.
Would you
Word.
I need my
would y'all
coins.
recommend y'all kids to do this?
No, I have boys. You know what? And you know what? As a matter of fact, I would just because I have boys. So we got a man that's supposed to be starting in a couple weeks, but the 4 almost 5 years that I've been there, I've had 2 men work with me and they were phenomenal working with the male residents. The
Yeah,
women don't like men
very much
dealing with them, but
helpful.
men are phenomenal. Yes, they a little, hey girl, but the residents fucking loved it. I had a lady say, she told the boy, "You're gay. Come with me and do my makeup." And I'm sitting here like, she can't say that to him. Then I'm like, she got dementia. She can say what the fuck she want. And the crazy part was after she told him he was fucking gay, she said, "I'm gonna put my silk nightgown on and I want you to come lay up in bed with me. But don't be too rough because I don't want you sliding across the bed."
Yeah,
Mm,
oh, the
mm.
freaks.
But yeah,
Oh, when the freaks.
that's why I love my no, it's the men too. May he rest in peace. I had a
No,
resident.
no,
He
no,
had
no,
just
no,
had
no.
listen, I had a resident just had a new bed delivered. And he gonna come to me and say, "Come on." I said, well, he said, "We need to test my bed out." I said, "Why?" He said, "I need to make sure that thing go up and down." I'm like, yo, I ain't finna do that with you. The other night, one of my newer residents, I'm giving him a shot when he got hard. I said, "Bro,
Oh,
What's going on, bro? He said you're
That's
gonna
gonna be
take
me.
care of it. You're gonna take care of it. I said, nope.
Walk
You're
around
gonna
that bitch
take care
jerking
of it
off
because
all
I'm
day
out.
long.
I'm out, and that's what he was doing when
and
I walked back in
They
to get
you
him
see.
have the right
dressed.
to. You have the
I,
right.
I walked back in to get him dressed, and he's sitting in there in the shower. I'm like,
That's gonna
bro,
be me. All I need is some blue pills and some scrubs. You know, I
no,
walk past with some
Mikey,
scrubs.
no,
I'll let you for it.
no,
Oh my god.
Shit. Already
no,
there.
Work.
The
I
views
no.
need
the
this type
views
of work.
expressed by Mikey are not those of Let Me Talk the podcast with Mikey and C. That's Let Me Talk the podcast with Mikey. If
Right.
you notice.
I already
So
know how I would be.
nah. But nah, I like I just I, this was a conversation that I felt like needed to be had.
Hmm.
Um, because this is something like I said, I feel like the nursing staff gets the least amount of credit, and when things go well,
Forget the nursing staff. See, it's the people under the nurses that
that's
don't
what I
get
said.
enough
That's why I
credit.
said the nursing
Oh,
assistant.
yeah,
I
I'm
said
ready to say,
assistants. I said assistants.
all right,
And
because this for
Ashley,
the nurses.
look right. We got this thing for when people put up their middle fingers. I'm gonna show you how it work. Watch. Hey, where's Ashley? Anybody see where she went? Anybody find her?
It's a family show.
This is a family show.
God damn it.
Ain't nothing family about this shit y'all be saying on here. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So, but look,
Whatever.
right. So while we in here now, I just want to say appreciation to y'all for what you do,
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
and the way that y'all speak about the job and the passion that y'all show for y'all job is very commendable. And if I'm gonna do that,
Thank you.
Yeah.
y'all
This
deserve that. Please do that for yourself real quick. Get yourself
Thank
a
you.
because we do that
this
at the
why
Let
I
Me Talk
wanted to do it.
podcast. You pop
I
your
mean,
own collar sometimes. Sometimes you gotta pop your own shit. So
I
y'all
was
pop your
watching
own collar. You deserve that.
some videos. I always go through videos on Facebook, and the lady was saying on YouTube and stuff, and it was this lady was saying that that nursing's starting to feel appreciated because all the shit that they do, nursing assistants and everything like y'all be doing, saying that because everybody get doctors credit for the work that they do, but she put it out in time frames. She like think about it like this: a surgery might last you. Say you gotta get a surgery, it might last 2 hours for the surgery. That doctor probably sees you
A cup of ass.
an hour of that, and then
Right.
in and out,
Him every day.
right? And y'all dealing with that shit every day.
LA Hill.
Yeah, and she was saying that like it's not about the scars from the surgery that they have to deal with. They have to deal with more of the mental surgery because they kids got to work. They even the most loyal child that comes to see their mom all the time or their dad all the time, they have to go to work. So
Right.
while they at work, you are there patching up their wounds, but you also get yourself caught up in conversation. Somebody injuries might be a little bit more than somebody else's, so you got to put a little bit more care into it.
So
That's
you
what made me.
saying that GNA and CNA are different. So working in a nursing home, like you said about a surgery, I'm sorry to cut you off,
No, you good.
but some people abuse the nursing home privilege more say the living, they that's their home.
Hmm.
So when they get a surgery, they bring it about because no, I need ice, I need my pain medicine, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need that. But with assisted living, you're automatically making sure that they're comfortable, they're okay.
Okay,
So
so what's assisted living?
I work in the
I don't know
assisted
the.
living,
I
and
don't know
it's
the.
not.
I don't know the like the titles. You said
So
they're
listen,
two
I
different.
work.
Hold on,
It's
actually, I'm
different.
trying to find out something. You said two what you just say now? GN and what?
It's the nursing home geriatric nursing assistant.
Okay. And then what's the other one?
CNA, certified nursing assistant. You're working in a assisted living, home care, a doctor's office,
Okay, okay.
DDS.
I be hearing people calling
And
out name number, letters and shit. I be like, I'm
in
lost.
the care is completely different to where so when I first started at my assisted living, we were not allowed to take Hoyer lifts, colostomy bags, catheters. We weren't allowed to do any of that because it's an assisted living. But because they started falling short on them coins, they started sending their people through training how to deal with them. Now, that's all the stuff that you would deal with in a nursing home setting. And when I did my clinicals for my CNA, I said, thank God I am where I'm at. Because watching those GNAs go through the hell that they went through, I'm like, I couldn't do this. You got what? They had 10, 11 people that they were assigned to. A bunch of them people were total care, which means they had to do bed baths, they had to feed them, they had to do everything for them, all before their shift was over in 8 hours. And I'm just like, that's a lot. I can't do that. I need my job. And my heart goes out to those that actually work in nursing homes. I don't know how y'all do it, but bitch, you will never catch me working in a nursing home. One, because I don't like colostomy bags. When I had to do that man colostomy bag to get signed off, and when I went to change his bag and the shit was coming out, and I was trying to stop my vomit from coming up, I said, "Sir, I'm out." The
So
lady
y'all
said,
be
"I'm
bad for
still
them and
trying
shit?
to."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta do
Oh yeah, that's
everything.
what I'm gonna
It's a
need.
lot. Oh
Dead
my
in the
God,
hole.
I just threw up a little
I'm gonna
bit
act
yesterday
mean
because
to
I said,
everybody that's old. Any of those nurses that's old, I'm gonna act mean to them. Now you need to give one of your young girl wash these balls.
that's
Ah,
why I don't like it. That's what,
You don't know.
The views
that's
expressed
why
by
I don't
Mikey
like it.
Cornville
Oh, listen,
are
baby
not
girl.
those of Let Me Talk the podcast, which includes C and Mikey,
Right.
using Mike's thoughts of his own accord. Continue.
I'm just saying though, bro. You feel me?
yeah, that's the
When I get old, y'all be waiting for me.
So I got a question. Did Tory Lanez really shoot Meg the Stallion?
And then the
Or did
fuck he
she
did.
step
Man,
on
fuck
glass?
her. And I love Meg Thee Stallion, but that bitch lying. Fuck her.
Did he
She
Y'all
though?
lying
saw
like
I
shit,
don't think
y'all
he
man.
start
did, but
y'all
they
started
tried.
talking to Gail. Y'all started talking to Gail King.
I
Hey,
didn't, but
listen.
after listening to her fucking song, that bitch a lie. She a fucking lie. And I love Meg Thee Stallion, all because her ass was fat. So she blinded me with the fat ass. And they always said never trust a big butt and a smile. But I'm the fucked up.
You mad at it too.
I'm mad. I'm big mad. I'm big
Hey,
mad, Mikey. I'm big mad. Man, fuck her. Cause
I,
she
I think
lied.
I think the music industry, like I just think rich people in general right now, like the stupidest motherfuckers on this earth. Cause I just don't know whatever happened to just getting their money. Like we all from the hood and shit. And they be like, if I get out here, I would do this, I would do that. They leave the hood and go do the same
Ain't
shit
doing
they
shit.
do in the
Ain't
hood. I
doing
would be
shit.
chilling. I would have my
Mhm.
money and I'd be chilling. Ain't no way I would be around them people.
All right.
No, not at all.
I'd
You ready to
be
try?
a
That
rich,
shit
You
is
ready to try to put
not
crazy.
young? You
talking to
ready to try to put
nobody
Young
motherfucker.
Thug and Gunna under the prison?
nuh-uh.
Young Thug and Gunna, they
Right.
trying to put them under the prison,
You see what I'm saying? You ain't see that
and they
shit? That's
basing it. They
crazy.
basing it all on their lyrics.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
that's
And
they
they
that
crazy.
that they set them up to do.
right, exact, and they fall for this shit. They fall
Right.
for anything,
Right.
They
and
handed
then
them
they
that
talk
money,
about it.
those chains. Now y'all setting. I mean, y'all getting reprimanded from us. We gonna lock you out now for it.
Big
Shit.
facts.
For
Yep.
what? For what?
Big facts.
They
Yeah.
be doing
What's up?
anything, yo. I be in disbelief.
Wow.
I be cutting some. I just seen this video, yo. They got a dude who they giving awards out for the most notorious killer.
Wow.
I'm talking about like a fucking got his picture in there. and this motherfucker dead now, but he done killed 5 or 6 different people. It's crazy, yo, and all of them rappers. And
Wow.
they got
What?
videos. Every video you see, all of them got guns in them. Talk about ain't nobody
That's
gonna do nothing to
crazy.
them. And then they get killed in the easiest way. A motherfucker catch them at a grocery store, at a bus stop,
Right.
blast
Dumb
them
shit.
in their head. Like
I
when I
still
was in
say
the
that was
street,
some bullshit.
I ain't
Young
never go
Dolph
to Eastport when I was beefing
he
with
wasn't
Look
Eastport.
at the
supposed to die
cookie joint. That's what I was just ready to say. See,
he wasn't supposed to die getting no cookies, yo. That's some
that's what I
bullshit.
was just
Don't
You
do
don't
that.
shoot. You only
Don't
shoot
do
a nigga
that.
going buy some snickerdoodles and
Don't.
ginger snaps and shit. That's that bullshit.
Those my favorite
You was a petty
cookies.
motherfucker.
Those
Whoever
my
did that
favorite.
to Young Dolph,
Yo.
trying to buy cookies. You was
But you
counting
know he go there every time he go home, right?
right.
That's what I'm saying.
And
That's
somebody had to
that he
call.
did that shit.
But you
Well,
know,
they-
90% of all the rappers that get killed, they get killed in their hometowns. They
Yep.
go back home and get killed in their
That's why I
hometowns.
say they set them up.
This is
They
nothing
set
but
them
fucking
up.
haters.
One
Like no,
motherfucker.
real talk. I never go no place when I was beefing, when I was out there in them streets. I did my dirt, but I ain't never just go kick it where my enemies was. If I seen them
Right.
somewhere, we kicked it off. But I ain't going this because it's me. I'm off the chain, and just saying this one person. He weak. He soft.
Mhm.
With 15 to 16 people with his back, he ain't weak and soft no more.
They
Mm-mm.
not.
You know what I mean? He gonna get on your ass.
It's crazy.
No, I ain't gonna hang with my enemies be.
It's coming out.
Tupac went out like
It's
that.
still
Biggie
outside.
went out like that. These
Biggie,
motherfuckers just be getting killed being in the wrong places.
Right.
Biggie's the only one who wasn't at home when he got killed. And Tupac.
Yeah,
Tupac
that's what
was
I'm
in
saying.
Vegas. Tupac was in Vegas and Biggie was in LA. Everybody else,
Them
Big
niggas be
L,
in their hometown.
Ty,
Yup, all of them.
the boy
Crazy.
the boy Jam Master J,
Yeah, and then
Yup.
all they
the boy,
friends
the
know
boy
it.
Master
Triple
J.
X Tentacion,
They
That's
friends
that
know who
love now.
killed them.
right,
Exactly.
the Mo 3 nigga,
Oh
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
heard about that one. That was
Yeah, niggas
crazy.
was talking about him. I'm like, I don't even know who that is.
Pop Smoke was in LA when he got killed though. Pop Smoke was from New York, but he was in LA when he got killed.
With his little young fine
Remember the
ass.
remember the little young shorty, the girl out there, where she was from? Detroit, I think. They call her like the most notorious killer out there. I forgot shorty name.
Oh yeah, this chick that they based Snoop from The Wire off.
Exactly.
Oh,
Man, that
her.
shit was a straight killer.
Documentary.
What's her
What are
name?
you talking about?
Shorty was off chain. She's
I
from
forgot,
Baltimore.
but she
Great
she
killer.
fled the cities and stuff. She was
She was gang leader and shit.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
They call her the she talked about so much for being a female killer. Like
Wow.
the press gave her so much prop. Like the press, I said, Ash, y'all.
That's
Yeah,
what
they
they based
was-
Snoop from.
yeah.
They based Snoop from The Wire off of her character. Off of her.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Ruthless
That's where
boy.
they got Snoop from The Wire from. Yep.
She was out there. She had the whole street locked down, just killing motherfuckers. I said,
Mhm.
Hey yo, look, man, like it's wild because now these killers is younger and younger.
They
Younger
get
and
younger and
younger.
younger. That's
Like,
the
yo,
crazy part.
like 13,
shit,
14,
you can be
15,
raising
16.
a killer right now. That's why I don't like white people, because your child down in the basement building a bomb, and they go down there, and you're like little Johnny. It's time to come up for
The
dinner.
thought-
Fuck
The
you,
thoughts
mom.
expressed by Ashley are
working
not
on
those
it. Damn it. See,
of
don't
Let Me Talk to
don't
Podcast.
that.
You
Because
might
listen, that's what the little white kids doing. Down in the basement building a bomb. Fuck you, mom. I don't want spaghetti tonight. I'm down here. We're gonna fucking
See.
blow up
See?
America. And next thing you know, shit goes down, and you're gonna be like, yo, I knew Shorty. I went to school with Shorty.
Mhm.
Fuck it, I worked with his mother. See,
Any
don't do that.
any of my Caucasian fans who are watching, the views expressed by
This
Ashley
nigga said the views
are
expressed
not
by
those
Ashley does
of
not
the Let
good.
Me Talk to Podcast with Mikey and
You know what it
not
is?
Mikey NC and Ashley. Ashley's a guest,
They be in the
and
camera.
she's expressing
Ashley,
herself.
her inner self.
hold
That's
on.
her inner
It's
Ashley.
disclaimer, because I work with white people. This is the crown talking, folks.
What?
Ashley, she kind of sort of likes white people sometimes. But if Johnny is in a build, in y'all house building a bomb, y'all need to tell Johnny, listen, let's just go out and play some soccer. We're not going to deal with the negativity tonight. You know what, Johnny? What's even better? Let's go make some popcorn. Is that going to make you feel better? You know what? Hey, guys, we're going to have movie night. Johnny isn't feeling like himself. We're going to have some popcorn with extra butter. Yay, Mom! Extra butter! We love extra butter!
All right, calm down.
Again,
Talk about Johnny.
the views expressed by Ashley are not those of Let Me Talk the podcast or its affiliates.
No, I'm not going to.
All my Caucasian friends out there love you. We don't like you. But no, my white friends know we're not talking about them. That's the one good part I like about my
Well,
white friends.
know
They
we
know
ain't talking
they know
about
the white
them.
people I'm talking about. They don't like those type of white people either.
That's thing.
That
That's
part,
what-
yes,
That's
my
yes,
buddy.
ultimately.
yes,
They
that
They
part,
don't like the type of white people I talk about either. So hey,
exactly.
hey.
My white friends have
Oh,
been
no.
to jail and
Oh,
did hard time.
Hungry, yo.
I know my.
Yes.
So
I
we
don't.
got a couple minutes left over. Again, ladies, I want to thank y'all.
Yeah, I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you.
Thank you for having me.
No, I want to
Definitely
thank you
appreciate
for letting me talk. Let
Thank
me
you.
talk and express my views.
the views. Never mind. The show we ready to close out anyway. I'm probably gonna say some even more ignorant shit once before we done. So
You call this bitch cut me loose.
it don't right.
The last 15 minutes, we always cut loose. That's the cut me loose segment.
Facts.
Or we could just be coming on here saying anything.
But yeah. Again, ladies, like I said, man, like it's dope knowing that it's people out there that actually care about the people that they take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, and I
Yes, we
think that
do.
this was a dope conversation to end National Nurses Week. We appreciate y'all again, and keep doing what y'all doing, man. Like
Thank you.
hopefully this
Thank
conversation,
you.
will inspire somebody to want to want to go in this field, or at least even ask questions
Yep.
about it.
Right.
I don't know how y'all do it.
Right.
It's easy.
I found some
It
patience
ain't
when I
easy,
got
but it's
older,
easy.
but I don't know how y'all do it.
Right. So
You gotta have
like I said,
patience, Mikey, to do
I
what we
got
do.
patience, but I don't got them
I don't,
tight.
I don't have that kind of patience.
You know that level. I'm like,
That's
Don't-
it.
working
I
in-
don't got 'em.
I worked in mental health for 20 years. I realized in 2020, I was like, dog, it's time to do something else.
Cause I watched
It
some
has
stuff
run its course.
before y'all came on, like a couple days like before shows when I know what we gonna attack.
talk
I
about.
watched some stuff
Oh shit!
and just to get an understanding, and that's why I was like, damn, these people go through hell.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of people uh trying to sue everybody for every little thing going on now. You can sue for the smallest thing now. Motherfuckers getting to
My
come up
God.
all
But you
soon.
know what I learned over the years? I do what's best for me because there's plenty of opportunities in this field that you can go into.
Right.
You have sitters, you have agency, you have home care, you have doctor's office, you have the nursing home or the assisted living. Get out.
Mm-hmm.
So sitters now, you don't even have to do nothing. Just sit there and watch, make sure they don't jump out the window, do nothing crazy, and you get paid.
That part.
So it's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to get into it. It's always a job.
Right. Because I
Always.
know one person that one of my friends when she lost her job for some petty shit years ago.
Right. And then they be petty about that part.
Yeah, and then next
And you
thing I
can move
know,
up. It's no reason for you to sit home. I'm sorry, to be
no, go ahead.
home depressed because once you have that certification, use it.
She started doing her own thing. She started
Right.
doing
That's
her
what I'm
own
saying.
private duty stuff, and she never went back.
Exactly.
She never went back. She lost her job.
Exactly.
She was depressed
Exactly.
because she didn't do anything, and she was like, "I do my job." She schooled me, and she
Right.
was like, "I can't believe they will let me go." Then, um, the hurtful thing for her was that she was so cool with all the people that was in there,
She
and none of
thought,
them
right.
stood
She
up for her.
thought.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
would
So
turn on you.
she
Mm,
learned. I was like, "That's crazy," but
mm. Huh?
she make a killing off doing private duties herself.
Yeah. And then you get to spend
Some
time with
people
your
do.
family, you know?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
we oh, and next week, yo, anybody that's watching, next week we gonna have the serious as a heart attack conversation. We got a cardiologist that's gonna
Okay,
join us next
cool.
Tuesday,
Okay.
and we're gonna talk about heart disease and how it affects black men, and what we can do to prevent those things. And then the week after that, on the 24th, we're gonna do the conversation with the little league coaches, and I want to talk to them, and we're gonna talk to them about what they do and the love that they got for
The kids.
for the youth too. So the next couple of weeks we're gonna really, really, really be on
Hmm.
that activism shit.
That's good.
So
Really good. I'm so proud of y'all.
it's all love. We proud of you too. You know what I mean? Before you, I was ready to say before I kick y'all out the room. Nah, but Ree, you got a clothing line, yo.
Oh
Plug your
yeah,
shit,
let me
man.
show it.
Let
Let me
everybody know
show it.
what's cracking.
Hold on.
Cause we ready to do that episode. We're gonna do an episode on that too. Cause I'm
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all got
who
some
the hell
new people
playing
around
music?
there, though.
Yep, I got my new
Got new people around there.
ladies wear.
Who playing music? Yeah, turn that
I got
shit
the new
down.
ladies wear. I got the men's t-shirts, hats, socks.
Okay.
Be up at Mocha Urban Attire.
How much is that shirt?
That's a whole set. That's $60. That's a short set, and a hoodie. Shorts and a hoodie.
You do sweatpants and all that too?
Well, I'm working on that as well. I was trying to get the ladies wear out because I had got the t-shirts and the hats for the guys like unisex first when I first came out. So now I have the ladies. I'm ready to do the men's short sets coming maybe about a couple weeks from now. I'm looking now like, putting some things together.
Do you do stuff like say if I was to ask you put something on a shirt for me, you do that? Or you
Well,
just
I'm working on that too as well. I have my own print machine, um, my own guy to do my digital stickers and stuff for me. Yeah, so I will be working on that as well soon. I just got back from vacation for Mother's Day, so I'm kind of like slowly
I see you out there flexing.
moving. I gotta live, you know what I
I
mean?
know
I've
that's
been working
right.
hard all my life. I'm 40 some years old, Mikey. What you
I
expect?
did.
What
You
you
supposed to do it.
expect?
You supposed to do it. I see.
Yeah. I mean, I got many hats.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of stuff.
Cause like I've been telling people, like the since I've been in this motorcycle world that people in motorcycle groups will buy your shit, especially like if I could get you like put pictures of my shit on my bike or slogans about motorcycles, they will buy all your shit before they go to the store. I'm serious. Just like
Well, let me
Fish
let
Fry
me
we
know.
had,
We
they come
probably could
out.
get together and do some things. I have plenty of
Yeah,
t-shirts, and hats and stuff that I could, get you to model for me or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, just
All
let
right,
me.
we'll talk. Cause that shit hot.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I just haven't had time to advertise it yet. I'm just like I said. I
but see, this
got
is what she
me.
did. She gave us a shirt to wear on that show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we rocked them joints on and put a little label up there for
Those
us.
are
And,
cute.
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
So we
Okay.
Well, look at
Oh, look at the
Esquire.
cat.
That's my guy right here.
Yes, Esquire's out there.
My dude right
ain't no
Where's
beef.
Gabe?
What?
Come here, Gabe. They want to see Gabe in the last 2 minutes. Look, he a pain.
Yeah, where is
Hey,
Gabe?
He too big. Get up here.
yo, my
Gabe
boy
a
just
big
killed a
ass
giraffe
baby.
the other day, yo. Gabe don't want to smoke, yo.
Gabe don't want to smoke.
My boy just killed a giraffe the other day. Don't calm down, Killer. Calm down, Killer.
Shit, I
Calm down.
remember when Gabe popped out on 97.
look, Gabe. Opportunity. You feel?
She like dark skinned niggas. Don't even do that.
Gabe a pain, yo.
Gabe pie yellow. She like dark skinned dudes. Don't do that.
Yo.
You got it. Esquire.
Yo.
Look, you see? Talk to him.
That's a Yorkie,
Yes,
Look at Gabe.
a boy or girl.
she a girl.
How old is she?
She's 7.
Let's get this money.
Oh, look, he's trying to get Gabe some pussy. Look at him.
She's full up.
He will got her ass out.
She
600.
got her puppy.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Gabe part possum. Don't do that.
He's straight,
He for a possum.
he's straight Yorkie. Gangster
But
five.
look, man. Before this memory kick us
How
off.
old was Mikey?
Gabe like 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Oh,
grew
he's too young.
every-
She ready.
every
She
li-
ready.
she
She ready
hit
to get
litters be
molested.
deep.
No, bye.
He has 6 litters. Six puppies out of litter. His mom has like 6 puppies every time. It's $600 a piece.
Oh, yeah.
You hear me? When she getting heat, bring her around the corner. We'll sniff her out.
We'll sniff her out. She might not even let you touch her.
Gabe will touch her. Gabe handsome.
She don't like to be touched.
Oh Lord, you got a bougie puppy.
Bougie fucking dog.
And all
Gabe
Gabe
part
wanna do
raccoon.
is
He
cake.
ain't pure breed. He part raccoon.
Like,
Shit.
hey,
Come over here,
He
tell her
part
get that
raccoon.
Esquire. Tell her get that Esquire.
Get an
he's
Esquire.
10%
He younger than her.
Yorkie and 90%
He
Somerville.
about 5 months in. He about 5 months in the world now, so he young.
Oh, yeah. Big
So
camera
he
and
out here. He ready. You know what
Nah,
I
he
mean?
ain't ready.
Right,
That nigga
now,
just came out the
Esquire,
womb. He
Lord.
ain't ready.
Right. Before the memory kick out, ladies, again, thank y'all for joining us.
You're welcome.
Appreciate y'all.
Please feel free to join us any other conversation
Thank
we
y'all
have.
for
Y'all are
having
more than
us.
welcome.
Okay,
We
thank you.
will talk
Jump in.
soon.
Okay, Mikey.
All right.
All right,
Y'all
y'all.
have a good night
Good
here. All right, see, love you,
All right,
B.
so y'all have a good
All right,
night.
B. All right, Ashley.
Well, you down Legion? Oh, you done hung up.
It looked like she was.
Yeah, they probably doing karaoke.
Today, Thursday. Probably.
Yeah, I was gonna go down there, but we had to do the show. I'm glad I ain't feel like going down that bitch.
Word. All right, B. I'm going to get up with you tomorrow, yo.
All right, you be safe, man.
All right, B. Love you.
All right, love you back always. Peace.
Thank y'all for joining us again. This was a dope ass conversation. And we ready to go. And look, my boy ready. Come on. Say bye. Say bye to everybody. Say bye. You gonna say bye? No? Look. What are you doing? You all right? All right. Holla at y'all, man.